Hello everybody, Harvey Talks Prison here. I want to talk to you today about some of the things that's happened in the Missouri Department of Corrections that the D.O.C. doesn't usually report on, but when they do, it's usually lies or they don't say anything. So if you're new, you like this content, subscribe, share, comment. I want to know your thoughts on this because this is pretty important. So give me your opinions, your views, and all that. Let's go. Here a while back I made a video on the fentanyl crisis in Missouri prisons, and I think it's called Dropping Like Flies or something like that. And there for a while, I don't know about now because I haven't checked lately, but they were several a month from fentanyl. And the D.O.C. was saying it was natural causes. Maybe a couple of them were natural causes, but they all couldn't have been natural causes. When the news reports on this, the D.O.C. usually says something like it's an internal investigation or something like that. And that goes for other things that happen in the D.O.C. Like in Farmington, there have been in other places too. I'm going to name them here in a little bit. Farmington Correctional Center, there's been people that, according to the D.O.C., unalived themselves, and maybe in a couple cases they did. But I have families writing asking me what they can do, and I try to help them as much as I can. I give them as much information as I can. But it's really heartbreaking, you know, because there ain't a lot you can do. But maybe this video will get out and bring awareness to it. But some of these, I don't think there's people unaliving themselves, as YouTube wants me to say. I think it was other people unaliving them. Not necessarily prisoners. Could be staff. And even if it was other prisoners, you gotta realize the D.O.C. doesn't want bad publicity. At least not in Missouri, they don't. So they're going to say it's an internal investigation, or it was ruled this, or it was ruled that, which is not necessarily the case. I mean, in some of them they're probably right about, but others, I'm pretty sure they're not. This has happened in Farmington. It's happened in Bonne Terre. It's happened in Bowling Green. These are just the ones I know about. And on a couple of them, the videos were like blurry. It's funny that they was fuzzy at the time. You know, just the whole situation, of the way people described them, to me, is just suspicious to me. And a lot of times it's in ways that they're not even thinking. Many of them are thinking it's other prisoners. And probably so on some of them, but some of them I think is staff. And people say, well, the staff won't do anything like that. The staff is corrupt. I'm not saying every one of them are corrupt, but a lot of them are corrupt. And you got to realize that the D.O.C. once again does not want bad publicity. They also will protect their own. Like in individual prisons, like South Central Correctional Center, it's all people who are related. Cousins, brothers, sisters, friends. You know, they're all from that area. All the prisons in Missouri are, modern prisons are built in small country areas. And almost everybody's related. So, you have this going on. And people say, well, staff doesn't abuse inmates. That's a lie. I know for a fact that they do. I've seen it. And you can look at places like Red Onion or Wallen's Ridge in Virginia and find out about this. I've seen it in Missouri. But at least at Missouri State Penitentiary, back then, the D.O.C. would not just come out and say something, try to cover it up. When they did report on it, they would actually report on it. They'd actually, say this is what happened. But a lot of times it wasn't reported. But I think that's like the staff on inmate thing. I think them not saying anything is almost better than them lying. But you guys got to know that this stuff happens. And even in Bonne Terre, there was a guard, and I know he was on the news. He also was on my channel. I ain't gonna say his name. Don't really know his name anyway. He remained anonymous, and he reported that about some of the things going on in Bonne Terre, and he said that one of the things was that his dad bought him a vest that was to protect him from if somebody attacked him. The D.O.C. wouldn't let him wear it because it wasn't D.O.C. issued. But D.O.C. needs to issue these things. I'm not a supporter of all guards, except for some. I think most of them are corrupt. But you want these guys to work in your institution, and you ain't gonna try to protect them. They put their lives on the line every time they go to prison, especially the ones that are jerks. I mean, they shouldn't even be working there, but because they're jerks, assholes, usually also to other staff members, it causes problems for not only them but other staff members. The guards that are really trying to help people, really trying to make a difference, they work there because they think they can make a difference. They just want to do their job and go home. They're the ones that usually end up quitting or getting fired. I know this happened to one guard, and he told me that he quit working at South Central Correctional Center because the way the staff was treating the prisoners and the way they was treating him. He's not from that area. I mean, he's not far from there, like 25 miles or so, but he's not one of them. So they treated him like an outsider. People got to understand this. You have to understand that yes, each prison, local prison in Missouri, the ones that come from that area, they're going to treat each other, they're going to cover for one another. Any outsiders get in their way, whether it's a guard or whatever, they're going to get rid of them. They'll get fired or they'll be forced to quit. And that happened to this guy that I knew in South Central Correctional Center. Many guards quit because they don't like the way they're being treated or the way prisoners are being treated, and that they ain't getting enough pay for their job. I heard they started paying them more. It's about time. I don't know how much more they're paying them. But this stuff was saying it's an internal investigation. No matter what it is, it shouldn't fly. It should be outside people investigating the D.O.C. on what's happening there. Whether somebody unaliving themselves, whether it's D.O.C. corruption, guards bringing stuff in, whatever it is, it shouldn't be internal investigation. It should be external investigation. What makes them any different from anybody else? They're not above the law, and their investigations, you know, they try, all it is they're covering up for their own. Or they're going to try to blame somebody that wasn't even involved. So, I just wanted to put this out there and let you guys know. To the families who have been contacting me, I wish I could do more to help you. The only thing I know to do is give you what advice I can, and like I said, make this video. But I hope you guys, you know, find your answers, because this has got to stop. And I thank you all for watching. See you next time. Bye.